So let's move to the next question. Find all employees whose comments contains the word performance. So in this data set, if you see comment column is in H, and in this we need to find out where the text or the word called performance is displayed. So here you can clearly see in the row number 9, you have a word called performance. But in row number first, you have or 2, you have performer. So we need to only identify where it is. To use that, we'll be writing a new column. We'll add a new column here, comment 1, and then we'll be using a formula called search, and we'll select this cell, or we are just referring to which word. So we'll be typing there performance, and then we'll select this cell. So if you find anywhere in this cell performance, it will show you the number of character in which position it is there, or it will show you error. So like this, it will throw error. So here it is in the 19th position, performance word. So now to convert this and to write a logical condition, we'll be using a formula called is number, and we'll select here the cell and we'll close the bracket. If it is a number, then it will show me true. If it is not a number, then it will show me false. So I got here false, and at the end I can see here true. So this is our second step, comment 2. Now the third comment, what we are going to give a logical condition. If this cell reference has a equals to false, then it should be no or else yes, the status of that comment. So we'll be using here comment 3, and then we'll write here if this cell is equals to false, then no, else it should be yes. So you can clearly see you got no everywhere and you got only one yes. So in this cell, you can clearly see you got this performance word. So wherever you see the performance word, it will show you true, and the logical condition will give you yes. So all this combination will be writing one more formula. So this is the comment final one. So I'm just writing here comment or performance word, whatever we need, status. So after writing this, so we're gonna write here the formula. If is number, and then we're gonna use here search, and we'll be writing here what to find the text. It's performance, and we'll select this cell and we'll close the bracket, one bracket, two bracket, equals to true, then I need yes, else it should be no. So this is the logical conditions what we have added. So you can clearly see in one single cell we can write multiple formulas here. So this is how you can approach the output. Now let's move to the next one. Split the address column into street, city, state, and pin code. So here you can see street number is 1245 8 and all in the address, and along with that we can even refer this text. So for each text, after that you have a commas here. Even for city you have a comma, after ka you have hyphen, and then you have numbers. So we can do step by step with an easy formula. So let's try here. So first I'm writing here street, and then we are using here left, and then we are selecting the cell. We are using find, comma, and close the bracket. Sorry, refer the text, after that comma, referring the cell, and minus one to remove that comma. So you got this answer. So this you can consider as a street, or if you need only the numbers, you can also get the numbers. Numbers are very easy, so you can give a try in this part. This is one way to approach. Second, so we need a city here. So we can use here the formula. If you need, we can use text advanced level of formula also, or basic level of formula. So we have already used this mid function. So we can approach that mid formula here. So let me just give a try. So here we have to mention the city, and the city name is Bangalore, Gurgaon, and Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Pune, Bangalore, and Kolkata. So we have to add these things. So let's start with this. So the same formula which we have used earlier, we'll be using the same formula again here, and we'll just check that. So how that works. So first, we're gonna use mid function equals to mid G2. It's a cell of address, and then we're gonna use find, and then we're gonna use comma, and then we're gonna use here text again G2 and close a bracket plus 1. So this is my starting point. So after comma, we have a space and then Bangalore. So then again, we're gonna use find and then comma G2, then comma. So we need to find the second comma over here. Okay, find comma and G2 plus 1. So you got here from Bangalore to KA and all those things. So now after doing this, we have to subtract the information. So we'll just use here again minus find comma and then G2 and then close the bracket and close the bracket. Okay, you got each and everything, and then you have to use -1 to remove the comma. So you can clearly see that. And then you can use here the formula called trim to remove the extra space. This is how you can use it. So if you don't write trim, then what will happen? Let me just show you. So Pune is 4 letter. If I check here, it will show me 5 letters. But Pune is 4 letter. So it is considering extra space. To remove that extra space, we're gonna use that. Now if I check len, you'll see 4 letter. So this is how you can use this option. Now, if I want to extract the information of KA, so the state code, I have to add it. So let's give a try here. So we're gonna write here state. There are two ways to do. One is again with the mid function, and another one is you can even use text after. So here I'm just using equals to text after because already I have shown you the mid function. So here I'm just showing you the text after function. So I'm just selecting this text and delimiter is comma. After the comma, what you needed, and then what instance number is how many position. So first position is done, second position. After second position, I needed. That's it. So you're gonna get the state code with a pin code also. So to remove that, you can again use text before and then comma, and then you have to use before hyphen. That's it. You're done. And then you'll be using trim function. So this is how you can approach the information. Now the last one which we have is pin code. So pin code almost we have the same numbers, I guess. 3366 numbers we have for the pin code. So we can just write here pin code. And then we're gonna use the formula called write, and G2 is the address and 6 letters. Close the bracket, enter. And we got this here. So this is our pin code. So this is how you can approach the formula. Now next question. Let's move to the next one. Create a column showing state code from the address. So already we have done, so we don't have to worry on that. Do we have a state code? Okay, that's called a pin code. So we have completed our portion. So these are the formulas which you're seeing here. So I have mentioned all the step by step. So if you want the file, you can refer the file. I have shared the link also. So please check it and practice. In case if you have any other questions, please do let me know in the comment box.